On the 7th day of Black History Month, the activists gave to me.
New at 6 tonight, no pizza for the badge. An employee at a popular pizza parlor in the city told several SFPD officers over the weekend that they were not welcome in the eatery and asked them to leave. Now, that denial of service launching a quick debate as the owner of the shop offers an apology. But the controversy and the backlash have been slow to cool. Here's NBC Bay Area Sergio Quintana.
Pizza Squared on Brannan Street near 8th Street, the Monday lunch hour was pretty steady. For a lot of regular customers in the neighborhood spot, this is one of their favorites.
I enjoy the pizza. I like their salads actually better. Today was a quick pizza day though.
Pizza's great. No, really, the pizza's great.
None of the customers we talked with had heard about the weekend incident, but all said they were surprised it had happened here. Since yesterday, several one-star reviews have popped up on Yelp, directly referencing what happened and criticizing the decision to ask the officers to leave. I talked with the owner of Pizza Squared by phone. She says she doesn't want to speak on camera, but tells me that the employee that asked those police officers to leave this weekend was only with them for 4 days. He was a trainee, and he has since been fired. She has also apologized and has been communicating with the San Francisco Police Officers Association about it, something the POA acknowledged on its Twitter feed, tweeting, "We appreciate the owner's swift apology, praise for the hard work our officers do, and the owner's commitment to meeting with the affected officers."
Now, I understand when people saw this, they said, "This is not fair. Why'd you fire him? You're wrong for this. He's a trainee. He was only 3 days in." Blah, 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 blah. But you have to be proud because this is the world you wanted, where people with differing opinions get fired because they act on those differing opinions. You have people in the progressive mindset who fire people who think police should be in certain areas, who get fired for being conservative, who get fired for being Trump fans.
Normalize spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters. Are you at a bar or brewery or restaurant in which you did not expect to see a Trump supporter because their website and decor otherwise declared that they are LGBTQIA plus friendly? Maybe they've got a pride flag. Maybe they've got a BLM flag in their window. But you still, for some reason, see an ungodly Trump supporter, and heaven forbid, they're also wearing Trump merchandise? Well, take an unfinished drink from a table, spit in it, bring it over to them and tell them that you bought them one. And then pray to whatever glorious creature gets you out of bed in the morning that they'd take a sip of it and suffer for the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you. And while you're struggling and bleeding out, I'm gonna show you my paper cut and say, my cut matters too.
I know this is what Trump supporters wanted, because standing up for Black Lives Matter put me in a place online to be seen by millions of people. The job that I had worked really hard to get and meant a lot to me just called me and fired me because of everything. I don't know if everyone's seen, but it's been circulating a lot. My Black Lives Matter TikToks were picked up by conservatives and spread and shared, and people were demanding that I be fired, which I just got. My job that I worked really hard for.
So all I see when I notice this is everybody being equal, because it's perfectly fine to fire people based on opinions. You ban someone from the store because they have MAGA tattooed on their wrist. Oh, perfectly acceptable. You ban somebody because they don't support BLM. Oh, it's perfectly acceptable. You burn down a building because they don't support abortions or they do support abortions. It's perfectly acceptable.
Local 10 News, a gang spray painting threatening messages on a place where people go to get help, and workers are now scared. Local 10's Alex Finney is live in Hollywood with the exclusive. Alex.
And Nicole, this happened at the Respect Life Pregnancy Center here in Hollywood. They serve this community. They've been here for decades, and they say that the safety and the privacy of their clients is crucial, and that's why they want these people caught. Threatening words graffitied on this pregnancy center in Hollywood, and here's video of the alleged vandals. You see them here walking toward the building right before this incident and then exiting a short time later. This happened the night of May 28th off North 48th Avenue and Hollywood Boulevard. Angela Curatalo got the call Sunday morning.
My first reaction was, oh my goodness. And that's so sad. How could they do that?
Curatello is the director of Respect Life Ministry, which is part of the Archdiocese of Miami. The cleaning crew called her about the vandalism.
I felt a little bit of fear, not going to lie. That's a threat, right? If abortions aren't legal, safe, then neither are you, is a threat.
This happened on a Saturday, and by Monday it was removed and reported to police. This vandalism part of the larger debate over a woman's right to an abortion. Curatello says this message of intimidation is just not right.
It's happening across the country, and it's people who are not happy that we are pro-life.
Tonight, the nationwide fight on abortion is now making its way to the streets of D.C. A pregnancy center just blocks away from Capitol Hill was vandalized overnight. Jacqueline Matter is there tonight with a look at the cleanup. Jacqueline.
Jim, it's been hours now since D.C. police were out here taking reports and cleaning things up, but let me show you what was left behind here. Take a look. You can still see the stains of red paint along the door here from where they tried to power wash it earlier and clean it, as well as here on the ground. You can see bits and pieces of red paint scattered throughout their lawn here. And then if you take a look over here, this is where the graffiti was spray painted here. It had said, "Jane says revenge." That has since been painted over, as you can see. And then if you take a closer look here by the windows, you can see the leftover eggshells still littered across the windows and the bushes here. Photos of the Capitol Hill Pregnancy Center show red paint thrown on the front door.
All of this, all the way down here, and then a huge puddle, like the whole can. It was a whole can of red paint, and they just threw it on and let it flow down, and then this was a huge puddle right here. Even when I got here, it was very wet.
Graffiti spray painted across the building.
Here they had Jane says, and then over here, revenge.
But it wasn't just paint.
And then these windows and this set of windows over here, all of that had eggs thrown on it.
We asked clinic director Janet Durig who could be responsible and why she thinks the center was targeted.
Wouldn't one assume that it has something to do with the upcoming Roe versus Wade announcement? I'm assuming that's what it would have something to do with.
Police have not said who is responsible for the vandalism. While the clinic has security cameras, they're not currently working, and nearby businesses we spoke to say they didn't catch a glimpse of the suspects either. Neighbors stopping by to see the damage.
I was really surprised by it because we actually didn't realize that it was more of a faith-based abortion diversion type clinic. We thought it was let's show you the options here, how we can help, vulnerable women. So we were pretty surprised by finding that out and then seeing that it was vandalized.
For people to sink that low is, to me, it's just heartbreaking. It's absolutely disgusting, and I don't understand how anybody could live with themselves and do something like this.
The nonprofit has been around since 1985 and offers free pregnancy testing, parenting programs, referrals, and supplies like clothes, diapers, and formula for new parents.
Oh, no, we're not an abortion clinic. This is a Christian faith-based operation who is helping women in pregnancies and after pregnancies.
In her more than 2 decades serving as director of the clinic, Durig says nothing of this extreme has ever happened.
But the reality is, what we do here is truly life-changing to many people. And we are happy to be able to serve them and to help them. Sad that people can't accept that there are people who choose life rather than have an abortion, and that makes me sad.
You have created a world where it's okay to cause harm and create misfortune for those who think differently from you. And the problem with your logic is there's going to come a time where someone who thinks differently from you owns the place where you work, and you do something that is not aligned with what they do, and they fire you. And you're going to cry it's unfair, but all I'm going to say is it's absolutely justified. Why? Because when you let stupid people go around and do stupid things, eventually the chickens come home to roost. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye. I'm going to get me some Tostitos pizza.